Ciao everyone, I'm Gwendolyn Alley of the U.S. Wine Tasting Team. Today we're considering native grapes of Italy with Chris Keel. Welcome, Chris.
Ciao.
Italian wine expert Ian DeGatta, in his book Italian Wine Unplugged, defines native grapes as those born in a specific place and have remained almost exclusively associated with that location. According to DeGatta, another word for native is autochthonous, deriving from the Greek word auto, meaning own, and thon, meaning earth. So a grape from its own earth, or its own place on earth. However, if a grape variety came from elsewhere but has been associated with its new home for thousands or even hundreds of years, it can also be considered native. DeGatta says that many of the grapes that we think of as Italian natives are actually Greek or Middle Eastern origin, having been brought to Italy by returning Roman legionnaires, seafaring Phoenician traders, and Greek colonists. So, instead of native, some grapes are merely locals. But these locals have adapted and changed greatly over the years in which they've made mountainous Italy their home. Due to a number of factors, including disease and economic pressure, many of these native grapes were forgotten for most of the 20th century. However, passionate estate owners in Italy have always replanted and nurtured vines of rare varieties that they felt were capable of yielding good wines, writes DeGatta. With fewer than 15 wine grape varieties accounting for 90% of the wine grapes grown in the United States and France, it's time to look at Italy's multitude of native grapes, the most in the world, for new tasting experiences. So what are some of these interesting Italians? Today, the U.S. Wine Tasting Team has turned to Chris Keel, a member of the 2021 Vin Italy Italian Wine Ambassador Agile course, held here in San Francisco. We asked him to make a case for his own personal selection of a wine which just might be Italy's next rising star, and which should show up in the World Blind Wine Tasting Championship scheduled to take place in October 2021 in Châteauneuf-du-Pape, where the contest can feature any wine from anywhere in the world. In recent years, the competition has included the Italian native red grape Sangiovese from Chianti and Corvina from Valpolicella, and another well-known Italian native red grape that you might expect to see at a blind wine tasting contest would be Nebbiolo from Barolo or Barbaresco. Most people know about these red grapes of Italy, Sangiovese and Nebbiolo in particular, but they should get to know the white grapes of Italy, and not just Glera, the grape in Prosecco, right? But other white grapes like Verdicchio, aka Trebbiano di Soave, or my favorite, Trebbiano or Trebbiano di Lugana, which can be made in a variety of styles from sparkling to age-worthy wines. Other interesting Italians include Albana, Grillo, and Vermentino. Today, Chris will introduce us to Fiano and make a case for why we should all get to know this grape better.
Ciao. My name is Chris Keel. I'm from Portland in Fort Worth, Texas. I selected Fiano from Campania. Fiano was one of Italy's most noble white grapes with mentions back to 1240, with the purchase of 3 barrels from King Federico II. The credit goes to Master Bernardino in 1945 for saving Fiano with the production of only 30 bottles. Today, Fiano has its own DOCG, grown in 13 other DOCs and 68 IGTs. I've even seen it in California white blends. So another key factor in selecting Fiano, the varietal needs to be affordable for customers to try something new out of their comfort zone. The Fiano on my market has several to choose from, and even some with older vintages. Fiano can range from light to full body, and one of the whites that can be aged. In their youth, Fiano has flavors of peach, pear, with hints of sage and flint and hazelnut with medium acidity. With age, the wine becomes creamier with beeswax and honey flavors. Fiano will pair with my local cuisine like grilling fish, barbecue chicken or pork, grilled vegetables, or even Thai or Mexican dishes, or just refreshing in the Texas heat. I'm looking forward to introducing Fiano to my customers and many more Italian white varietals.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. So we hope this has piqued your interest to discover these potential rising stars of Italy for yourself. Whether you're preparing for a blind wine tasting or just looking for a wine to pair with your next meal, check out these interesting Italians.